This is why many white people feel frightened when they see black people trying to come together, because in their minds they believe that if we ever united, we're going to do to them what they did to us. You don't know us. Some of us may be like that.
Black Americans buying land in Rwanda, Africa.
Right. So this starts Wandy Land. There goes Andrew. Always here to help. This is her view. Wait, we got to get the view.
This is my view, my vista.
This is the airport out in the distance. It really doesn't look like anything, but that's the airport. This is the view. What mountain is, no, that's not a mountain. Those are more houses. So this is her land here, residential land. It just looks like land right now, but if you look over here, they said late last year, this was nothing. And people are building houses. With this view, this is gonna be some prime real estate as well. It's near, well, an up and coming movie theater, y'all. And here is a house currently being built. Wandy, what are you doing with your land?
I'm going to do eco-lodging on my land.
Okay, what is eco-lodging?
Eco-lodging is short and medium-term lodging for people that are coming here to do digital nomading or doing corporate visits to the new airport. This is strategically located between the city and the airport, and it's in a quiet area. So it's a great place for corporates to come and chill.
All right. Okay. And you said these, you're going to do container homes, correct? That's something you're thinking about.
It is a consideration. The only challenge is they're not necessarily sanctioned at this time. There are container homes here, but they exist as temporary housing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for long term, we'll have to figure out what that's going to look like.
Okay.
But I think the time is right for investigating that because we're in a very progressive country and we have an awesome administration and His Excellency is very progressive. So the time is right to be here.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, all right. Well, I love that.
Yeah, so right now, as you can see, the land has been used for agricultural land. It has recently been rezoned for residential land, and I'm just excited about it. I think I'm up high enough to get this fantastic vista. And there's going to be a road right here.
Okay.
And then there's a road just along there.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that road
this way will
is
take
a
us
shortcut to the airport.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna have a lane to a road to the airport too. All roads lead to that airport. You want to make sure you get something that will lead to that new airport. Yep, Kigali Bugesera Airport. Well, thank you, ma'am, for showing us around.
Thank you so much for coming. I love visitors.
All right, y'all.
I just got back from Rwanda. I bought some land down there. Yeah, so I'm looking to build a house to get back to the motherland, get back to the continent. So hopefully that means something to every ancestor who tried to get back and who wanted to get back. And and inspires the next generation and their when they have kids and so on and so forth. So we'll never, the next generations will never not know what it was like to not be in the motherland. You know what I mean? There's a feeling of I just feel like I belong. You know, I feel like, you know, when I get off that plane, I breathe the air and I put my feet on that ground and I feel that soil and I see the people, man. You're just like, man.
Right, welcome back again. Now, this one is not a very good news to the West or to the white America, because I've come across videos of Black Americans trying to buy land in Africa and trying to secure big and a large number of lands in America. And I was trying to ask myself, what can this help? Like, how is it important for African Americans to buy land in Africa? Because if you see them buying land in Africa, it means they've tried it and they've seen it is really helping. And I guess it's it really touches on a lot of things, and it really helps a lot, because there's gonna be things that the African Americans, first of all, they're going to enjoy, and there are also gonna be things that the Black Americans, the Africans in Africa, also are going to enjoy if African Americans decide to shift back to Africa. I started seeing it with Kelly's. Kelly's used to post videos where she has a big number of, like, large scales of land in Africa. And right now, I've come across several people, because Kelly's was really investing in Kenya and buying lands in Kenya. I've seen those who are buying in Ghana. I've seen those who are buying in Cameroon and many other places in Africa. And it's one of the best things that African Americans can be able to do right now. Number one, it's gonna help them. It's gonna help raise economic empowerment and wealth building. It's going to help also on diaspora connection and cultural reclamation. That is just the points I've written down. It's going to have a mutual development also. It's going to have a strategic and political influence, you know. And you know, African Americans and Africans have really been trying to reconnect, you know, to really come together. Yeah, though many things have risen where people are trying to build up issues that will make Africans and African Americans don't come together, but many of them, they have overcome that, and they've decided, you know, it's time, we need to go back home, we need to connect with others, we need to go back and connect with our motherland and connect with our roots and all that. And they've been doing that regardless. It doesn't matter what comes by, it doesn't matter what rises, but they've always been trying to overcome that and go and come back home and buy lands and invest in Africa, you know. And they're feeling like it is better to invest at a place where people recognize you as their brothers and sisters, that to invest at a place where you're considered the minority and you're considered a person of the color. Now, let's take a look at these videos, and then I will come back and break it down to you. What benefits can it really give to African Americans if they continue buying lands and if continue investing in Africa? I'm going to ask you to subscribe to this channel if you're watching me for the first time. Thanks for always being here. Thanks for coming. I really do appreciate. Let's grow together. Please kindly don't forget to subscribe. For those who have subscribed already and they've always been coming back to watch, I really appreciate, and I say thank you to you. Now, as you're watching this video, prepare your thoughts, have them shared with me in the comment section. I will do my best to make sure I read all of them and give a response where possible. But until then, let's take a look at the video.
I'm trying to be out there like Khalees. She about to have 300 acres in Kenya. She on a farm, she living peaceful, she out there with her family. I'm trying to be like that. I ain't trying to be here too much longer, man. I'm trying to put some stuff into work so I can move permanently to Africa. I'm gonna definitely, it's either Ghana or Kenya or possibly Tanzania or Cameroon, but which is my native land. But yeah, I'm definitely trying to move out there and be like her, man. She out there enjoying her life. She out there with the animals. She out there in nature. You know what I'm saying? She living peaceful as hell. She living peaceful as hell. You know what I'm saying? Got her businesses going, got her farm going, got her crops. You know what I'm saying? She got everything she need in Africa. That's where I'm trying to be. That's where I'm about to move to. So I don't shit. White people be like, "Oh, move back." Oh, I'm working on it. Please, please. I'm working on it. America is not my final destination. Hell no. Y'all can have it. Y'all can have this shit. Me? And right out there in Kenya, you know, on the farm, you know what I'm saying? Got my own land, you know what I'm saying? Got my kids out there, everything. I'm trying to do that. Really, I just want to reconnect with the motherland. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? I want to be out there permanently with my people. Get our affairs in order, buy some land, get some acreage, build our home, get the farm, and live peacefully.
I'm American. I'm proud of that. It is what it is, right? I never take that from anybody. That's what we are. It's at the stage right now where it's like if I'm continually investing in a place that doesn't make space for me, it just doesn't, to me, like it's not good business. It's just not, right? Even if I still live there, if I'm going to put my hard-earned money somewhere, I want to put it someplace where I can actually see it grow and I can actually see a benefit, right? Like I can do things here on the continent that I can't do in the States, right? And even like when I think about money going longer, right? And like, I can actually make a real impact here with just being here, right? And my time, my money, my energy. I think about my education, my worldliness, the things that I've learned. Anywhere where I go, I like to think that like, if I'm not benefiting, I shouldn't be there, right? And so I genuinely feel that way. And being here, I'm like, I want to be of use, you know what I mean? Like I want to be, it's not about charity. It's about like being part of a culture and part of a community. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody wants charity. It's about like, yo, I'm here. How can I be of use? Like put me to work. Like what can I do? You know what I'm saying? So whether it's farming or just showing people that I'm here and that you can invest and make businesses, I'm building a resort on my property. Like that to me is what makes the most sense. I look at my kids. I've got these beautiful black kids, and I put so much energy and time and money and schooling into them, and then I'm going to give them to a nation just to like shit on them. It just makes no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? That's my most valuable possession are these kids, and then I'm going to just be like, okay, hope you make it. Like, do you know what I mean? Just like, why? Yeah. You know, and then you have to worry about them getting shot or getting arrested or them not. It's just like, and not that things don't happen everywhere because they do, and that's, you know, we're being realistic. But if we can just take that out of the equation, that when I walk into a place, they're not immediately hating my bloodline and my lineage and everything that I come from, everything that I stand for, like, that's worth its weight in gold to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think in this era right now, forget the racial thing. When you think about just like financially, what's the smartest move? It's the continent, without a doubt. Like, first of all, it looks like, I use Kenya as an example, right, because I was living in California. When you look at like the frontier, right, when people were like migrating from the East Coast to the West Coast for the gold rush and for mining and stuff, right, that's what Kenya is like right now. This place is it's prepared, the foundation has been laid, it's ready to rock. Like it can be it's already an amazing nation, but if we took the diaspora, if we put our money in nations like this, it's unstoppable. Why are we putting all our education and all of our time and all of our energy and all of our money into a place that doesn't have anything for us? You know what I'm saying? Like for me I have to fight for a loan in the States. Why? I make enough money. Like it's dumb. You know what I mean? I'm like, look how much money I make. And they're like, well, you need blood. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, this is dumb. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I've been making money for 25 years, like real money. Why am I fighting for chump change and dumb interest rates? It just makes no sense to me. I'd rather take the cash that I have and build it where I know I can actually grow it. You know what I'm saying? Like I can make real money here. And we talk about real legacy, right? Whether it's politics or business or whatever it is, like these nations are ready. And a lot of times when you look at a place like Kenya where like it was colonized, right? And so like when the white colonization, when that hand gets lifted, they're kind of just left, right? And everyone's fending for themselves. And I'm like, we've been in the same position. You know what I'm saying? But like, come here. It's the same. It's like the same poison, different result almost. You know what I mean? But it's like, come out here, put your money here. Even if you don't want to live here, put your money here instead of investing in things that there's a cap. There's a cap on our ceiling, and everyone's acting like it's not there, and it is. And America's a little bit better than say Europe or whatever. But like, this is the future. Africa's our history, and it's our future. So to me, it's like it makes the most sense to come and put our energy, our intellect, our education, our time here.
Worldwide, Moringa is an $8 billion business, and it's projected by 2030 to be an $18 billion business.
Moringa is actually a $9 billion a year industry. What does that mean? That means around the world, over $9 billion is consumed, traded, bought, and sold around the whole world when it comes to moringa. Moringa is so useful. Every single part of this tree can be used, from the leaves, to the cuttings, to the seeds, and everything in between. Even the roots produce a tuber that is even used for spice.
I'm telling the youth of Ghana that farming is not about hoe and cutlass. You can be a farmer and buy any car of your type. You can be a farmer and do whatever you want to do in this life. So don't see agriculture as using of hoe and cutlass.
In Ghana, the opportunities are here. You got to think big, though. You know, like I say, if you want to go into agriculture for financial gain, you can't do a plot or 2 plots.
Bill Gates owns more land than all of the entire city of New York. Jeff Bezos' land is double the amount, clocking in at 420,000 acres.
But I was surprised. I thought it'd be different moving here in Ghana. I thought I would see a more brotherhood, sisterhood here among, you know, Africans here. I'm shocked. I think Ghana is going to be one of the top agricultural providers in the world.
Can I ask you a question? Can someone become a millionaire from farming this moringa you're talking about?
20 times over.
20 times over?
Yeah.
So if I farm moringa on 20 acres, in the next 5 years, I will become a multi-millionaire.
In dollars.
In dollars.
You see, so if you are youth today and you are listening to me, just go into agriculture. You don't even need much knowledge to go into agriculture, and you can do it. And all of us can do it.
Those days that people see farming as a punishment, but I can tell you, farming is no more punishment.
But when you were a child and your dad and your mom was taking you to farm, you thought it was a punishment.
Oh yeah. That is how I was saying it. I thought my father is punishing me. Sometimes you go and they give you a portion to eat. If you are not able to do it, they will come back and beat you. They will even tell you that they will not give you food because you are not able to complete your task for the day. So at that time, we see it as a punishment.
So I always say that when you study agriculture in school and you are complaining about unemployment, it means you haven't gone to agri college. Or you haven't studied agri.
Say that again.
Yes, I'm telling you.
Wow. So look behind me. What you're seeing right now is going to be our future farm in Tanzania. Yeah, we just purchased 300 acres of land to do development, not of houses, but of agriculture. This is exciting.
Y'all, I finally got to make it. Finally got to make it to my land. I bought a plot of land over a year ago, and today is my first time touching ground. I'm just grateful. All praises to the Most High.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting as many visas as I can. If I can get some residency in Africa, I'm going to do so. So I want to have dual residency in the U.S. as well as different countries in Africa. Or I would like to have visas, which actually comes with if you set up a business there. But one thing about me, I never wait, right? And so I already have started positioning years ago, really has started doing some really good work in Africa, like really focusing on Africa versus the Middle East probably about a year ago. And so, yeah, so y'all can wait if y'all want to, but I will be having land and properties, visas and residencies in Africa while I can. Did y'all get that hint?
Yep, the white man.
Do you feel more black here?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I feel more. I do feel more black here. You know why I buy black? Inevitably, it doesn't matter where I go. And I won't say that because I have learned recently that some of these bigger places are owned by white people or Chinese people or something like that. So I've learned to, frequent the black owners, but it's easier. Like the corner store, the locals, the market, it's all black people that woke up, went in their garden, picked those apples for you or picked those tomatoes for you and came to sell them to you. The people who's building my house, these are black people. Everything I do here is black, not to mention the money I'm spending, there's black people on it. Like, that's a big deal for me. When I go in my pocket and spend, I'm constantly reminded of how great my people are. So I do feel more black here in a good way, though. Like, you can feel real black in America, too, but in a bad way. Like, you go into the nail salon to get your feet done, Chinese people doing your feet, they talk about you in their language. You go to the corner store ran by the Arabs, and you give them their money, they give you your change on the counter, not in your hand. Or they watch you around the whole store like you're going to steal. You know, the police are killing us and shooting us down for no reason. So I'm very black in America too, but just in a bad way. Like here, I'm like royalty black, honey. Like I'm the president. Like
date. So I've been out here. I've been testing the soil, tested the water. We did our first actual from nursery to transplant into the 5 acres. So that's happened. Everything's going really good. I wanted to make sure that all of this was going according to plan, which it is. Isaac has been checking all of the drip lines, making sure that everyone's getting ample amount of water from our borehole. And then Rondo's been the one weeding and taking everything out and making sure that we're not suffocating any of our onions. And then, of course, we've got the generator in, which I'm really excited about it. That's working. Everything is looking amazing. We're having our first harvest coming up soon, which means I'll be ready for my first investors. I'm very excited. This is totally passive income for you. Invest in Africa because it's fabulous.
Right. Welcome back again. I love my African Americans brothers and sisters, and that is why many a times you'd find me here talking about them, and you'd find me here trying to encourage them to come back to Africa, because I don't feel better or nice when things sometimes are happening. Yeah, you find out that, you know, the oppression thing, the racism thing, and all that. It has always been my prayer that African Americans would come back to Africa. It has always been my prayer that these people need to start coming back to Africa. That is why, you know, people have got different opinions, and people have got different, let me say, like, perspective and view on this matter. But personally, my view and perspective is that I've always been praying that a time will come when African Americans will come back to Africa, reconnect, and join the rest of their brothers and sisters and be one together again. Because I believe all the African Americans who were taken from this land some time back, yeah, during the transatlantic slave trade, and they were supposed to be part of Africa. They were supposed to be part of us. They were supposed to be staying here today. But when they were taken out, they were uprooted from their roots. They were cut off from their culture and all that. I always feel like I love these people. I don't know why. People would say, oh, you know, African Americans are these, African Americans are these. But personally, according to my perspective and view, I still recall these people as my brothers and sisters. So any moment I come across, or I go to the social media and feel like, or maybe come across a black American complaining or something like that, I always feel so bad. I always feel like this is my mother complaining. I always feel like this is my sister complaining, or this is my brother, or this is my father complaining, you know, or my auntie, or my cousin, or something like that, because I've always seen them as a family. And that is why many a times I would do African Americans, many a times Africans, black Americans content and all that. Somebody would come on the comment section and tell me, don't talk about African Americans, talk about Africa. I don't have to talk about Africa alone. I have to talk about the whole family. I have to talk about all the black people, you know, because of the love that I have for the African Americans. Now, me coming across this video of African Americans trying to buy land in Africa, it really gave me goosebumps. And I decided to go and do research on what benefits can it really give to, how is it important for them to buy lands in Africa? How is it important? Why is it important? Okay, because I knew there must be some certain importance, and it will help both African Americans and Africa. Now, under economic empowerment and wealth building, this is what I wrote. Ownership. Land is one of the most stable and long-term assets. Owning property in Africa provide a sense of financial security and intergenerational wealth. You know, they can decide to come and build generation wealth in Africa, in that the next people, or their generation that is coming ahead, will now enroll in Africa. It will no longer be in America, where there is all those kind of oppression and racism and all those kind of things. We have emerging markets. Many African economies are growing faster than Western economies. Investing early in real estate, agriculture, or technology could yield major returns, you know. So African economies, you know, they're really growing so fast. And the fact that they're really growing so fast means it is important for African Americans to invest as early as this, because the moment they invest this early, they are grabbing opportunities. They are just grabbing their spaces. So in that, when this time comes, they will be part of it already. They won't be waiting until now the time comes, so they start buying lands in Africa and all that. Okay, we have diversification. On diversification, it repeals economic risks beyond the US and into growing global regions, and then we have diaspora connection and cultural reclamation. And cultural roots, many Black Americans are descendants of Africans displaced by slavery. Investing in Africa can be a way of reconnect with ancestral heritage and identity. You see, you reconnect with ancestral heritage and identity. The moment you come to Africa, because many of them, some of them call themselves the FBA, the Foundational Black Americans, which means they are the Native Americans. They were in America since the beginning. They were born, like their ancestors were there and all that. I always don't know how that happens, but what I know is that the African Americans, or the Black people in America, they are the descendants of Africa, and here is where they came from, But everybody has got their own opinion, and I have no issue with that. I'm not going against that. I'm just siding and always supporting and reacting on those who are really referring to themselves as the African Americans, and they consider that the fact that they came back from Africa, so they are going to have the identity, because the moment you don't know your home, the moment you are taken from home, you don't know like what happened really for the moment you are taken from home, it means you have lost your identity. And the fact that you have lost your identity means that you need to find a way of reclaiming, like you find a way of knowing and understanding again who you really are. Okay? So we have psychological liberation. It can symbolize independence and self-determination, moving from being a minority in the US to being a part of the global majority in America. You see, when you come to Africa as an African American, you look around every place, you see everybody looks like you, which means you're now looking like them, which means you are one with them. So you no longer now be a minority as being projected in the United States of America, but you move to becoming or to being a minority, because now you realize every person around you looks like you. So there is no difference between the two of you. You become one of them, you become them, they become you. Okay? So you move, you become a part of the global majority in Africa and not a minority in the United States of America. Community building. Under community building, it encourages stronger ties between Africans and African diaspora, fostering culture exchange, tourism, and collaboration. We shall have a culture exchange, because when you've been in America, you've had a certain culture and all that, and now when you come back to Africa, there's gonna be a culture exchange. We do what you do there in America, you do what we do here. So me, I don't really want to many times to really master or nurture the American culture, because I don't think it's the best one. I would rather continue being part of an African and the Black culture, because I love my people, I love my culture, and I believe my culture is the best. We have job creation. This is now under mutual development. Jobs creation, it means now diaspora investments often create employment and skills transfer opportunities for locals. I've always wanted the African Americans to come to Africa. Reason being, African Americans, there are things they know that many people don't know, especially Black people in Africa. And the reason is because they've been able to be part of the first world countries, the countries that have developed, and they knew how to maneuver, how to do things, how they work there. I've always said, if African Americans today can be given an opportunity to lead America and become leaders in the government, like for example, all the government is contained by the African Americans or the Black people, America can be a very great country, and it can really move forward. Because African Americans, number one, we need to understand, These are people who understand what they are doing, and the level of intelligence is very high. You can't even compare a white person to a black person who has lived in America. And that's why I've always said, if a black person in America decides to come back to Africa today, it means we're going to be somewhere, because they're going to come in with new skills, with different skills we never had before. Maybe we wanted to do something, we never had the skills, we never had the opportunity to have these skills in our hands, and therefore now a black American has come with skills. You know, even our governments are going to change, because they will come with new ways of governing, new ways of leadership and all that. In terms of economy, they will come with new way of doing economy, new way of building infrastructure, and the country will really grow, because we're having a super and a new mind in the midst of us that we never had before. The things we are struggling here and there, asking ourselves, what can we do here for us to be this way? What can we do here for us to be this way? We won't be having those questions no more, because now we shall have experts and people who know it better, you know. Yeah, so that is under jobs creation. Diaspora investments often create an employment, skills transfer opportunities for locals. That is where I focus so much on skills transfers opportunities for locals. And then we have innovation and knowledge sharing. Black Americans bring valuable expertise, professional experience, and networks that can help local industries grow. Yeah, just like I said, they will bring professionalism, they will bring expertise, yeah, they will also bring experience and networks that can help local industries grow, you know, because these people have been exposed to our first world countries. They have been exposed to many things. If they can come today, it means we are going to benefit in a very huge way, and that is what really matters. I love my brothers and sisters. I want them to come back home. Please come. For the sake of me, even if other people feel like it is difficult to come, for the sake of African Streamline, I've always been championing for the homecoming. I've always been championing for you to come back. Please just come, because East or West, home is the best. We have infrastructure technology. Investment from the diaspora can accelerate progress in areas like education, health, and renewable energy. You know, it's just part of the also intelligence, like the sober mind and all that. You see, because investment from diaspora can accelerate progress in areas like education. You see, education will progress, health-wise we shall progress, and also renewable energy and all that. We will now be looking forward to become also a first world country, yeah, and the first world country will be coming back to be third world countries, because I've told you time and again, Black Americans have built America. If it wasn't for the Black Americans, America would not be looking the way it's looking like today. So even Black Americans have the energy, potential, and the capability to build Africa. You like it or not? That's my take. Number 4, we have strategic and political influence. Yeah, global black power. A strong economic link between Africa and diaspora can strengthen the global black community's influence in the world's affairs. You see, and this is why people really fear the unity of the black people. They know if the black people come together, these people can be one very dangerous people. That's why Luz Farrakhan has kept on saying the unity of the black people is as powerful as an atomic bomb or hydrogen bomb. Do you know why? Because when black people unite, when these people come together and unite, they are going to be very, 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 very powerful people. And this is what people fear. So a strong economic link between Africa and the diaspora can strengthen a global black community's influence in the world affairs. And people will have to respect black, because when blacks come together, they're going to think outside the box. They're going to start doing magical things, mysterious things, and people will be very much shaken, especially those who have always been against the black unity, because people understand if a black person unite, it means they're going to take over the world, yeah, because of the of everything they have. Look at what is happening in Africa, or what is in Africa. Africa is a resourceful continent. Africa is a place where there is a lot of resources, there's a lot of wealth, but this wealth, as Africans, we ourselves, we can't be able to use it well. We have bad leaders who keep on selling our resources out of our country. and on their own benefits. They don't care about building the local countries and all that. Now, African Americans, assuming they've come back to Africa, these people can help us. They will come with ideas on how we are going to use and consume these resources to build things and all that. Because look at the innovations. Many innovations have been done by the black people. You can't just be told. Now, assuming these black people come back to Africa and now they can get access to all the resources, the wealth and everything we have in Africa, because they are also black people. Tell me, where can we be? We shall be feared. Our unity is very dangerous, and that is why a white man and a white supremacist really fears the unity of a black person. Alternative to dependency. It promotes self-reliance rates than dependence on foreign aid or exploitive foreign investors. Yeah, we shall have local investors. Black Americans will come and invest in Africa, and they will become rich local investors. So we will not have foreign investors. Listen, when foreign investors come, they come to invest, but again, many of them, they begin manipulating and deceiving the government and deceiving the people, the local people and all that, because, they're feeling like we're building your country, they're feeling like you're protecting your country, we're making your country a better place. Yeah, you need also to try and give us some things or that. Because I used to see Indians investing in Africa or in Kenya, but when they're investing in Kenya, you find out that they come with the demands and all that, and the government follows them and do as they're asking them to do, because they're paying the government and all that. And a greedy African governments cannot let money go. So it doesn't matter what they do, whether it's good, whether it's bad, they don't care. What they care is about themselves and all that. So we shall have also rich local investors who doesn't have to ask for demands or to do what, so that they can be able to do 1, 2, 3 things. But we shall have local investors who are rich, because once they come to Africa, they become local investors, they become part of us, they become our brothers and sisters, and therefore we shall be good to go. We have a Pan-African unity. Land ownership and investment can make Pan-Africanism more tangible, not just a dream, but an economic network. And that is what we've always been championing for. Personally, I've been a champion, I've been person championing for the black unity, for the Pan-Africanism, for the Pan-African unity. That is what I've always wanted. That is what I've always been talking about, and that is what I've always been championing for. And therefore, I believe there is a day that this unity will be real, not just a dream. It is my prayer, it is my desire that one time this one comes to happen. Tell me what you think in the comment section about this. I will do my best to make sure I read all the comments and give response where possible. I am the African Streamline. Thanks for coming. Thanks for always watching me. Thanks for choosing this channel and making it your stop over today. And I will really appreciate if you subscribe before going out. Okay? Now, tell me what you think. I'll really, really appreciate. Until next episode, peace be with you.